T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and welcome back to another video. Well, this time I thought that I would do it a little bit differently, so I'm gonna do a little bit of voiceover in this video. Well, this is my day trip to Stockholm when I still lived in Uppsala, and this is basically just a bit on the train, and I'll just do some voiceovers and bits and pieces. I was using the Nikon F4 for this. So I think we arrived at Stockholm. Okay, so escalator at Stockholm Central, going up to ground level and so on. So a little bit of the gear that I had with me this day. It was the Nikon F4 and some miscellaneous versions of film. I think primarily it was Fuji C200, some Fuji Superior 200, and I think also the odd roll of some Kodak film. I don't remember if it was Kodak Color or if it was some other brand of Kodak film. But anyway, it was a mixed bag, so yeah, we're here, and the building I'm taking a picture of now is one of the great big newspapers that are still in paper print in Sweden. I think that was, well, I don't really remember what we'll see in the images, so enjoy. So I'll pop up when you least expect it. Okay, for all of you who don't know, the house across the water there, the round stuff, that's the Parliament building, so that's the Swedish Reichstag, or whatever you want to call it. There it is from another angle, and here you might see something that you don't see every day, so all of you Canadians out there, have a look at this. You guys got the Royal Canadian Mounties. We also have mounted police here in Sweden, so yeah, you can see. So all of you Canadian Mounties out there, you got yourself some competition. But anyway, what we are entering now is actually the old town of Stockholm, which is a little bit of a tourist trap, I know, but it's really a nice place to go and visit. Yeah, but keep in mind that there have been a lot of incidents with pickpockets and so on here, so you might just have a heads up on that. But anyway, it's a nice street with lots of old you know, K-marked building culture heritage buildings, and a lot of interesting stores as well. So you both have these old-time stores and newer ones. But anyway, we're actually going to do a tour of one of them, but more about that when we get there. So anyway, please enjoy the view. So I'll be back later. Bye. Okay, so now we're at the store that I actually talked about before that we're going to do a little bit of a tour of. It is the science fiction bookstore here in Gamla Stan in Stockholm, or Old Town Stockholm. I mean, this place is a little bit of a paradise for everybody who's into any, and I really mean any, science fiction genre, because this store is one of the last real specialty bookstores for any type of fiction. I mean, I'm currently in the manga or, Japanese section, and, most of it is in English, I believe, and, I mean, these guys have almost any type of obscure manga or something like that that you want. At least as far as I know, there are not that many stores left in Sweden like this, but this is really one of the great ones. So, if you're ever visiting Sweden, if you're ever visiting Stockholm, take a look in this store if you are a fan of any type of science fiction, because they have basically anything and something for everybody. I mean, this is one of those stores that I could just go and browse in for hours. It's intense. I mean, anything you want to have in fantasy, if you're into role-playing, if you're into tabletop, all of that stuff. I mean, I think they even have another floor which I unfortunately didn't go up to, but anyway, I mean, this is just a sneak peek in the store. Actually, I don't even cover the entire store. You see, I have an upstairs over there. Unfortunately, I didn't go up there. As you look at Alien, I mean, anything. If you are a Whovian, if you like Doctor Who, if you like Tintin, if you like Harry Potter, if you like, Game of Thrones, I think it's called, anything in fiction or science fiction, or, you will basically have something in this store that will tickle your fancy. But anyway, enough of me yakking about this. I'll just let you enjoy it for now on. Take care. See you soon. Okay, so now I actually left the Gamla Stan and we're actually on our way to a restaurant called the Gondoler, but we're not going to go. We're going to go on the roof of it actually. But here you have another one of Sweden's daily newspapers, or actually two. It's Daily News and the Express. But anyway, now we're going to go further up here to the Gondola, which is that building you see there on the left. But I'm also, because there are some K-marked commercial signs here that that has some really significant history in Stockholm. But anyway, that is the Gondola, and that's where we have to climb up this mountain wall there. There are the stairs on the side of the mountain there, or rather the cliff wall there. But anyway, see you at the top. Okay, so now we are at the roof of the gondola. This is actually the elevator at the far end there, which was off limits now because of roadworks down below. It's the Katarina elevator. But anyway, the reason this restaurant is kind of special is from the early 1900s, and it's one of those restaurants that was supposed to mimic the feeling of going on an airship, like a Zeppelin, like the Hindenburg. But anyway, this I know that Nordic noir is a very popular genre around the world today, but this is a setting for one very interesting one. Author Stig Trenter actually did a novel called Today Red, Tomorrow Dead. That's a Swedish saying. Idag röd, imorgon död. Today red, tomorrow dead. And it's actually one of the protagonists is actually a photographer named Harry Freeberg, and I have taken a lot of pictures of a dental or a toothpaste sign that is up here. It's a toothpaste called Stomatol, and yeah, I know now we're at a completely different place, but anyway, a murder happens in a apartment under that sign, and a couple who was eating wedding dinner at the gondola, or anniversary dinner at the gondola, saw parts of the murder, or at least when at the evening when the light in the apartment went on. But I'm not going to spoil too much about that for you. But anyway, it is a classic setting for a Nordic noir timepiece. But anyway, let's keep on, shall we? Okay, so now we are at the Hay Square, or Hötorget, which is a place where you have a lot of fruit and vegetable stands, where people are haggling about the prices all day, every day, more or less, Monday to Friday. And also, Hötorgshallen. This is kind of this international food court where you can really get influences of food from all around the world, basically. I mean, it's 2 stories. Up here you have a little bit of bakeries and so on. You also have it downstairs, and that's where we are heading right now. I mean, if you are visiting Stockholm and you want to buy some of your own food, I mean, this place is as good a place as any if you want to really enjoy some really great delicacies from around the world. So we're just gonna take the escalator downstairs, and yeah, I'll just let you enjoy the crappy camera work and see if you can pick out some of the delicacies on display down here. So, enjoy! Okay, so after being in the Saluhallen or whatever you want to call it, and had looked at all that, you start to get a little bit hungry, and I thought that just a stone's throw away is this little place. It's a hidden gem. It's a cafe known as Vetekatten, or which is a bit of a word play that doesn't really translate good into English, and right by it is a travel agent that also sells cigars. Odd combination, I know. But anyway, let's go in and have a look, shall we? I mean, this is one of these, real, cultural heritage cafes. You see, you basically go into a apartment building to go into the cafe. So this is basically, there are two entrances, and this is kind of the back entrance. So it's a very classic. I know that the Panasonic doesn't really capture the white balance that well, so everything here turns a little bit green, and you see the flicker from these lights here. But anyway, I thought I'll just scope the place out and see if I could get a table for one here. So yeah, out in the salon, they have a little of a a garden or whatever you want to call it, and here was a small table right by the stairs. So yeah, let's see. And yeah, me myself in the mirror, and you see, yeah, Nikon F4, and some kind of bun that I bought. It was really nice. I think it was a blueberry cinnamon bun, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's go get some coffee. It's a really classic place, this. So if you ever go to Stockholm, I would really recommend that instead of going to these niche cafes, try to find these hidden gems, because yeah, they are brilliant. I mean, yeah, Vetekatten, coffee cup, just enjoy. So I'll be back soon. Bye. Okay, so it seems like I was just in time to get out before the rush came in. So yeah, I thought I'll do this a little bit of a candid walkthrough of the cafe. So as you can see, there was the place where I come in, and it's a really classy place, because this is the old part of the cafe, and then you just transition into this, which is the more modern part. You can see the bakery right in there, and then you get this a little bit more, as I said, modern style, a little bit more open, but still classy. It's a really 1950s style cafe, so it's really classy. So yeah, you can see here the confectionaries that they are selling here, and I also think that you can order to go as well at this place. So yeah, here's the main entrance, the one that is a little bit more flashy. And as you can see, beforehand, when I went in here, the weather was atrocious. It was overcast, and I thought it was gonna start raining any minute. But as you can see, now it's blue skies all around. So really, it was a win-win situations. I think I picked the perfect time to go and have a cup of coffee. So yeah, now it's nice weather. So let's go and backtrack a little bit through the Hay Square, which I talked about before, and we're gonna go up now to what's it called? Östermalm, which is a little bit more of a ritzy part of Stockholm. It's basically the part where it was a little bit of the 1980s yuppie paradise. I mean, everybody was a yuppie and had a couple of millions in their account. They basically bought an apartment at Östermalm. It's kind of this upscale part of Stockholm, but also Östermalm is also where you can go out to a more little nature-esque place called Djurgården, where the amusement park Gröna Lund is located, but also the National Zoo, Skansen, and some other places. So yeah, we will just see where we head. Oh, NK, which is like Sweden's version of Harrods. Yeah, Cinema China and Baron's Salon. So if you've ever read Willem Moberg, The Red Room, it takes place in that building there on the pictures. And also a nice thing about Stockholm is that they combine old and new trams. So you see, these are the real classic ones that I take a picture of here. I think, yeah, it comes along here nicely. Yeah, there you go. So they still have these old style trams going alongside brand spanking new ones. And I don't really know what this park is called, but anyway, I thought I would just show some extra images here that I didn't film when I took them. But we're actually gonna go and see another national treasure, or a Kmart cultural heritage building that will just reveal itself over here. There you see that building right over the street there that I'm taking a photo of. That's the Royal Dramatic Theatre of Stockholm, Dramaten. And if you ever know anything about the Swedish filmmaker Ingmar Bergman, he was basically the chief of the Dramatic Theatre for a while. So legend says that when they were redoing the outside of the building, he had basically twisted the arm of the construction workers that his window would not have any type of obstruction in front of it. So the entire building was clad in a green top, but then it was this hole in the top that was Bergman's office window. So that's a little bit of a neat story. I don't know if it's true or not, but anyway, now we are basically out on Östermalm. So yeah, just enjoy the view. Now it's good weather as well, so yeah, hear from me soon. Bye.